Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It is Bruce War Chief Hoover.
Chris, the Enforcer Vasquez.
Kyle, Darth Cooch Kokenbecker.
Grant Caracas, 4047 Kohler.
And Nick the Minuteman Clark.
And R.I.P. Dwarf.
We lost him in the Mines of Moria.
He is not here right now. He has to work, financial obligations. Hopefully he'll be back here to record in the next 2 weeks. But just to show you how easily replaceable he is, we have brought in my daughter and Michelle.
Hello, how are you guys?
Miss Silver Valkyrie, how have you been?
Very good, been very busy. Finally finished cosplay work and time to relax.
Good
Is there
old
such a
times,
thing?
Good old times.
No, there's no such thing.
So I thought.
Like everyone's had busy times. Everyone has busy times. I can't remember. Two of my friends messaged me last night. They're like, "Do you want to go to like a carnival?" I'm like, "Off weekend? What's an off weekend? I have a wedding. I have recordings. Like next weekend, I'm pretty sure I have something I've got to do, and I'm just ignoring it right now."
Geek Out.
Oh, there's Geek Out. Yep. There.
You don't want to forget that one.
Yeah, it's like that one right there.
Be
like,
ignoring that one.
that
talk
one's
about it
there.
later.
A
And
little
then,
bit.
then it's like the weekend after that. It's been like spastastic. I'm like, okay, what am I doing this weekend? What am I doing this weekend?
And then it's like moving.
Like nothing. Then the weekend after that, what do I gotta do? Buying a house. Shit.
So it was your Mark moment.
And yes.
Sitting is.
But other than that, I mean, we're doing. Everyone's doing pretty good. Work's been going well for me. Kyle, school's going well for you. I'm assuming.
I mean, I'm trying not to kill people. Chris can attest to that.
Chris, you haven't killed anyone. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
Everybody give you a
All right,
clap.
so,
Come on.
You know, come on, don't get me wrong. I want to kill people. It's just,
I've met his
I just can't.
classmates.
I was sitting there talking to somebody, and I was talking to Mike. I was talking to Link, actually. And my job has become very stressful. We're actually doing a huge move. And everyone's heard the story, like, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Well, we're not that bad. We're 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And it's been doing nothing but piss me off over the past, like, 2 weeks.
Right.
Of like I want to kill someone. So I'm like, yeah, work, stressful. Mike goes, yes, it's the foothold to which you can grow. I'm like, and it will give me the strength to pick up a computer and bash the next idiot who asks me a stupid question square across the head. And
Now, do you mean computer or a keyboard?
computer? At this point, I'm like, don't want to do. I know how we run the keyboards, and that's really difficult to undo. I can, while the computer itself is only 3 chords. Ding, ding, ding. I'm done. Bam! All right, you're unconscious. I'm good to go.
The ultimate rage quit.
It just seems like it'd be easier to swing the keyboard. I mean,
No, some of them are attached to 43-inch monitors, and those things are really hard to move.
Some girth to it.
I thought you were talking about an all-in-one. I'm like, okay, if you're going to do that.
I'd keep an all-in-one. Nick, how's work going for you?
I'm doing all right. I'm ignoring everything that's happening. Just ignoring it.
All right, sounds good.
That's usually the best way.
Yeah.
Life, health, everything.
Yep.
Grant, what's been up? I know you're still doing. You're still practicing from our last stories we heard. You still practicing your voice acting in the men's bathroom as you clean?
Sadly, I didn't get my chance at AMA Central
Oh.
because one, I showed up late, so I got a longer number. So I didn't have a chance on Friday to do it. Then they said on Saturday we'll come back and start where we left off. But then by Saturday, my voice was sort of like this throughout the whole weekend, and I'm like, I just gave up on it. My voice is not compatible for voice acting.
You.
It did betray me. It's like I'm fine Thursday, then Friday I'm like,
Chris, you can not like Audie all you want, but this dog now reminds me of you.
How so?
She's back here snoring.
All right,
Just
sounds
lay
good.
it out mid-conversation. And there she goes.
All right.
Yeah, we got Audie the music dog here with us. Gotta love that dog. Oh boy. So what? Asen's finally done. The con community has let go like a huge sigh of relief right there. Every single person has just like I can feel it. I can feel everyone's like happy now. It's like I don't know how people are excited for Asen. Half the people that go there are so just stressed out that I don't know how they relax. How did you relax at Asen, Michelle?
Well, I relaxed at Asen by finishing the ninja asana and samurai character the day we left, and we didn't check in till like 11 o'clock, and then just I finally got to walk around in very cozy costumes. my feet, Hitan didn't have to give me his shoes and practically carry me when I was wearing my Sailor Mars back to the hotel room, so that was nice.
I don't know. So Asen went on. 3 of us in this room didn't go. Because we went to C2E2, which is effectively Asen, if you look at it from another. It's just a different genre of convention at that
More or
point.
less.
Nick, Michelle, and Grant, you guys went. How do you, just really quick, when we're trying to do this huge con review into it, how would you guys feel about it? Like, how was it this year, Nick? Better or worse than the past years?
Actually, for me, it was worse. I had to make my own fun. Like, I even had my own group of people doing things outside the con.
How dare you go to a convention and expect to be entertained by other people?
I know. I have expectations.
Jeez. I mean,
I'm entitled.
I don't know. In my world for conventions, if you go to a con and you're not like there to make your own fun, you're doing it wrong. You should go out there to do it like your own way, anyways.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, I never even bothered opening up the guide this year because I looked through the announcements for panels. I didn't see anything I wanted to look at, which is rare for Asen considering how many panels they take.
You didn't want to go to Cosplay Foam? Oh, yeah, we're not invited.
I could have gone for all the yaoi panels, but, I don't need to see that many boy dicks.
Collection is too big already.
What about you, Grant? What'd you do for fun this time? Well, how do you rate this, better or worse?
In my own opinion, I feel like Anime Central is actually listening a little bit more to the community of the attendees that are coming. And this is actually noted through a few things. One, they brought the food trucks back that they had back in 2016, which was actually a good thing that they did and brought them back. So I'm like, yes, they brought it back. It's going to be a legit thing. The second thing, they expanded the vendor hall quite a bit for the better, because it used to all be in one row, and it was a big clusterfuck between vendor hall and artist alley. This time, they put the artist alley to the side and opened up a little bit more. Even though artist alley was still a little bit cramped at some points, it was better than it was last year.
All right.
And the final thing is that they gave the game and arcade rooms a bigger room, like actually in the convention center, not in the basement of the Hyatt.
All right. That's cool. I mean, so you definitely rate it better than the past couple of years. Michelle, what about you? Better or worse?
I think it was better. I've been going to Anime Central since I was 15 years old, so I've been seeing big changes over the years. For instance, the Hyatt elevators are much more controlled. They actually have no standing zones in actually the escalators, so people are not blocking the escalators. Once again, food's more accessible. They have done a few restaurants where you show your badge and you actually get discounts at those restaurants if you're a con attendee. I was so glad that there's actually room to walk in the dealer's hall, because last year it was very condensed, and especially with big costumes, it was really hard to get by. They were expanded. I think they actually had more of the dealer's area, and I enjoyed some of the panels. I like going to Samurai Dan's panels. He's actually very entertaining. We went to the Ninja Olympics, which is audience of participation. One side's one team, one side's the other. Last year we went there. Well, actually 2 years ago. I think it was in 2015 because Hita and I did not have any panels because we were so busy. But one team was Senpai Noticed Me, and that was our team, and they bridged it to S&M. So
Naturally.
that was. But the thing is, we got people go up there and participate. There's fun events you can do, and you try to beat the other team, which was really entertaining. And we got to train in some sword things, so I really enjoyed his panels. The Masquerade, which I attend in very often, was so much better this year than compared to last year. It was much more fluid. They did have a couple of mistakes where they mixed up some numbers of people who go on stage, but I think it was more exciting. It was the 20th anniversary.
Okay.
It was also a little bit sad for me, to be honest, because one of my dear friends passed away a couple months ago. She was a big person in the
I
cosplay.
know who you're talking about.
Danny.
Yeah.
So I was so happy they honored her, but it was also very hard on me because I'd known her in high school. she actually helped me become the cosplayer I am today. I learned so much from her, but I'm still happy that they honored her, even though it was tough on a lot of people who she deeply touched in the community. But overall, I say ASEN has been getting better each year. They, like Grant said, that they actually have been listening better to the attendees, and also they've been more relaxed about the props.
Okay. Question: how old are you?
Well, on May 30th, I actually turned 27 years old.
Okay, so you've been going for 12 years. Got it.
12 years, yes, and
Without a benchmark for your age,
he
when
gave
you say
you a
since
really
you're going
funny
since you were
look.
15, we're like, how old are you then?
I look much. Apparently, I still get mistaken for an 18-year-old a lot. So they're like, "What high school do you go to?" It's like, I'm not in high school and college anymore.
Dropping out? How dare you?
Shh, don't tell
Grant,
anyone.
what were you about to say?
This actually goes back to the props thing that you brought up. A little bit of a story time when this actually happened.
Grant has a story.
Yes, I do.
Do tell.
Because this happened both Friday and Saturday, which I'm surprised at, on my way into the raves for Anime Central. And normally when I go to the raves, I am mostly in the back and I bring my lightsabers with me and I twirl them around and do a light show. And I have them both sheathed into my sash that I wear for the rave. I get stopped right before I enter the line for the rave on Friday night. He's like, "You can't bring those in here." And I'm like, "Hold on." Turn them on. They're like, "Okay, you can come in." Next thing, get to the door to get in. "You can't bring." "Okay, go in." And then Saturday, when this happened, there were some people behind me. And they're like, "Dude, you actually juggle those lightsabers around?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I'll bet you I'll get stopped again at the door. He's like, "I don't believe you." I'm like, "Watch me." Sure enough, get there. "Sir, you can't." "Okay, never mind."
So what you're telling me here is to get past a bunch of guards, you just gotta turn yourself on.
That's the way it sounds.
Deny it?
He doesn't want to.
No,
He's speechless.
you set me up there.
You set yourself up there.
I know I did.
He walked into that one.
You did all the foreplay.
But it's just like, that's the first time I actually had a situation where it's like, I never got stopped because of having lightsabers into the rave, because they're normally okay. And it's like, what the hell? This happened both nights.
So transitioning away from Mason, I'm happy you guys got to talk about that. I mean, the people that we wanted to talk about last time, we couldn't because you guys weren't here.
I had a mission, but failed.
I know. I wanted to bring up. Your prop thing actually leads me into another discussion that happened, and I wanted to bring this up. And Nick knows exactly where I'm going with this because I saw it on his face. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Phoenix Con, I think was last weekend.
Oh, that.
Tommy Oliver, a.k.a. Jason David Frank, a.k.a. the Green Power Ranger. You can flip those any which way you want. He's the man, the myth, the legend. Some people say the White Ranger, but that one in the inferior color.
Ranger.
He's also the Red Ranger.
Like I said, the multi-ranger.
He's a
He's
multi-class.
the
is
every
the morphing
ranger.
grid.
He's the every ranger. So
Don't give away their secrets for the next sequel.
he had an assassination attempt on him recently.
Not the best. Let's put that out there.
A legit one. The guy
Yeah.
actually pulled the legit gun on Jason David Frank and was going to shoot him.
Wow.
When tackled and taken down, people asked him who he was. It was a real gun, real loaded, had one in the chamber. His response was, "I am the Punisher. I am here to punish him." It was like something to that extent where the guy didn't say, "My name's Steve. I'm sorry. I did all this wrong." It was, "I am Frank Castle, the Punisher." Like that dude stepped over a line into a reality like bending thing that was just a little off. And I want to cover bridge and more into that and what when I have Kayla on here, hopefully in 2 weeks. Because she's got a whole plethora of stuff going in through art therapy and different diagnoses and psychology and things like that. Maybe she'll be able to help pinpoint it better. But they now said they put a ban on weapons at the convention there. Now, two things come to mind. How bad is that going to spread up here next? Because that may reach out to us soon enough where people can't bring any weapons, no nothing, doesn't matter what it is.
I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't hit next year.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It could happen, which I mean that does screw a lot of cosplays out, like right there. It does. The response was people like the next day were literally screwing around with like a Soldier 76 from Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
He had a cardboard box and says no gun missing due to prop ban. with a giant piece of cardboard. Now, me, I'm the kind of smart like that went, that I get it.
It's
I
brilliant.
understand. You should have somebody checking those weapons when they come in.
Yeah.
Like, check them better. 2, I want to run around with 2, like, cardboard cutout pistols and have it say error 404, weapon not found.
I mean, that's really all you're gonna see.
I mean,
Mod
you're
not
going to see
loading.
nothing but
Yeah.
jokes about it. But, like, to me, it's like, wow. Obviously, assassination tip's horrible.
Mhm.
But does that say people should stop bringing props? Or does that mean security needs to be better?
It says all about the security. I mean, you can't. Most props are hard plastic. Maybe some of the more wealthy people will have the metal replicas for their cosplays, but the security needs to be checking those weapons that come through the door.
Chris, you were an Army guy. You like me and Kyle? You've served time in the military. You've done security duty. I have.
Nope.
Shut up, Kyle. What do you think, man? What do you think about security on that situation?
I agree. Security lacked on their job. I think they got lazy, complacent, something, and to have someone come in with real guns and just almost get away with something like that.
I mean,
And that's
Multiple guns, weapons, and knives.
Yeah,
he
see-
was loaded.
the guy. I heard. All I heard was the gun part. I didn't hear about the. I mean, but the balls on the guy to go
Yeah.
after the one person in that room that could definitely kick your ass. Because
Yeah.
if anyone who doesn't know, Jason David Frank is an MMA fighter.
Yep.
And he's got a nice winning record. So
And the dude, if you see what he looks like, he wouldn't last very long.
No, he also has he also holds the Guinness Book of World Records for most wooden boards broken during a free fall, which at 22 I think it was.
Nice.
He jumped out of a plane with a bunch of people with pieces of wood in there, and he literally would, like, as they're free falling, like float over them and punch through the board.
That's
It was
impressive.
It was
it really is.
the part that he had to break that record had me confused. Who thought of doing this before you? Who did that? So you weren't setting the record; you had to break it. What other crazy bastard thought it was a good idea?
See, now you're asking me-
Yes.
That's the real question.
I don't know. It was just funny.
Like for
Michelle, if you ever want to say anything or you got something to pop in and Grant's just looking at the microphone, just steal from him.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, I had a thing to say. While in the masquerade, waiting for our turn, there was a Sword Art Online Gun Gale cosplayer. You know, the one with
Yeah.
the sniper rifle. She actually, I overheard her talking. She actually did get stopped many times by security because hers looked too real, and they actually had to continuously check it. She got stopped one after another.
That's fine.
I mean,
But the
that-
thing
that's
It
good.
is-
should be.
as you should be.
And I agree with that. But the thing is, I also agree. I read a little bit about this story that I think at conventions that security, especially IRT, I think they should have more. They should check props more often. I don't care what it is. For instance, at conventions, even though people have the fancy metal props, they are not allowed to actually have any metal props. They have to be either wood, foam, warblow, because metal can actually. I don't care what it is. I mean, yes, wood can hurt.
All of it could hurt.
All of it.
People sell swords at vendors' booths.
One thing I did notice at Anime Central, Heath and I were actually walking through it, and someone took out one of the swords they bought out of the box, and I did not see any IRT around. So I like that was one thing that actually did bother me, because maybe
Yeah.
I feel like they may be getting too relaxed with the prop thing. I mean, I understand, maybe not having the height thing for certain props, because, some props are like, for instance, all animes or video games have giant swords. But but the thing is, they need to control metal swords, realistic looking guns. I understand you want yours to look as realistic as possible, but someone needs to check that and mark that as a prop and not a weapon.
All guns should effectively. I don't care how realistic
It
you're
should
going
have
for. Should have an
orange
orange tip.
I agree, and
Yes.
this
Agreed.
girl did not have an orange tip, which actually
Yeah, I don't care if that ruins your cosplay. If you want the weapon, fine, have the weapon, but understand that I'm going to take a plug of some kind. As a security guard, I'm going to take a plug of some kind, and I'm going to jam it into the top of your weapon if you do not have one.
And I think
then
that's
I'm
what
going
they
to
should
paint it
continue.
orange.
Oops, sorry. And
You're fine.
I think that's what they should continue to do, because that's what they originally did at Anime Central back in the day. But so far, I haven't really seen that. But I totally agree. I mean, I rather know that I'm safe and see actually more IRT. Like, for instance, the girl who took out her sword and was swinging it around that she just bought to crack. I don't know if IoT got her or not. We were just walking by. It was just kind of a quick glance. I like crack down on metal weapons.
It's like we went to C2E2 personally, and they said no weapons,
Yep.
no weapons, no weapons, and I'm like, wow, that's gonna ruin my Jason Todd cosplay. And then we're inside the thing, and I see nothing but guns. And I'm like, that doesn't look like a no weapon ban.
That's the issue, is inconsistency.
Mhm.
ASIN every year is a crapshoot. Either they're going to be ball busters or they're going to let a guy walk through with an actual 5-foot metal sword. There's no consistency. The same year I had my first Minuteman outfit on, I had my full, it's an M4 rifle.
Yeah.
It's an airsoft. It's all metal. It looks like a real gun without the orange tip. That's it. It's got the orange tip on it. No problem with that gun. My friend was doing Desert Punk and he had a miniature shotgun about this big. It's like a little toy you can get from like Myers.
Yeah.
Plastic, you can tell it's a toy. It even has a little spring, ching, makes a little noise. Can't have that. It's too realistic. And they let me walk right past him.
See,
I'm like, where is the logic here? And he's like, that's too realistic. My gun is a replica of a gun.
my gun actually fires projectiles that can hurt.
It does, and it hurts like a bitch.
It's an airsoft gun. I'm well aware.
Yeah. But yeah,
but,
that's the
I mean-
problem.
I mean,
no consistency.
So security needs to get better. We believe on that. Don't punish the cosplayers. I mean, at that point, punish the ones that do have it, but have a set guideline of rules, and abide by those rules. And if you're gonna have the same security, make sure you don't. My problem with security is a lot of people are like, some people are like legit security guys. They've been doing security for years.
Yeah, more or less, it's volunteer force.
It's the volunteer people that just want to be at the convention that get dragged up, who have no training, that are usually screwing that up. Like
Yes,
Amanda
but-
Satasha Hall.
cheaper.
Satasha, that chick right there, you're not getting anything past her. I get Fluffy, Hot Rod. Those are the names that I know that you're not going to get much past if they don't want you to.
Yeah.
But then I go through freaking like RamenCon and RPA, and I'm like, I have no idea who the heck half you people are. He's like, oh, this is my first year. Okay, so I'm going to go get a knife and just start juggling it, and I'm pretty sure you're not going to stop me. Because most of them don't care enough, or they're sitting around on a couch just trying to get a free badge for a couple hours.
Yeah.
And that's always been the biggest concern with me. All right, so we'll transition from conventions because we haven't talked about those in a while. I mean, I like to talk that because it wasn't a full review, because we actually did like a nice just a quick.
You summarized it up.
I want to summarize it. We're trying to get away from like full blown con reviews. I don't think you weren't here for the last one. We're trying to keep it more towards like a short snip. That's why I asked you, was it better or worse than last year? And give me a quick highlight. Boom, go. Before it used to take us 40 minutes to get through through an entire con review. But go ahead here. We had the Anime Club. I'm going to leave this one to Grant because he's the man, the myth, the legend. And this is like that moment where he lights up and sparks the little thing in his heart that allows him to be happy.
Gets that twinkle in his eye.
He gets the tingle in his
The
back.
twinkle in his eye. The tingle in the back. Oh, before we do that, then,
Spark
Dragon Ball
Fairy.
Super, if you guys are sleeping on that right now, we just got the female Broly last night, or the other night, and I was excited for that. And apparently going Super Saiyan requires you to get a tingle in the back. It looks and sounds as awesome as you thought, because that girl went from a little, like, you gotta think about Broly for like 2 seconds. Broly went from like a skinny dude with muscles, like, but he had muscles regardless, right?
Yeah.
And then he just
He
jacked
looked
up.
like
She
looked
went
like
from
younger
like
Goku.
looking like Michelle to looking like Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar and Batista had a morphed baby.
Brock Lesnar's WWE weight first debut, not his current one or
Okay.
his UFC fighting weight. But so she jacked up, literally got rid of her boobs, went to an A cup, solid pecs, and like a 6-pack. Looked Broly, pure Broly face, and I'm like green energy and everything. I'm like, holy crap! It's Broly with a vagina. Was the first thought I got.
Is there a difference?
Yeah, Broly was awesome. Shut up.
Anime.
Anime.
Oh,
Boom.
no, you're gonna ignore that. How about the fact that Khalifa made Super Saiyan 2 in less than 10 minutes of learning about Super
Yeah,
Saiyans?
right? I know it's that universe. It's something with that, because it's Universe 6 that all this is happening in.
Yeah.
So it's the different universe. The different things are obviously different. She went from being, hey, I figured out how to do Super Saiyan. And then the chick, the Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, goes crazy, starts losing her mind. She like powers up again, lightning everywhere. And I'm like, wow, she had 2. She's going to hit 3, and all that hair. She already has long hair. She's got she answered the question, what would Raditz look like if he went Super Saiyan? The hair's already there. I'm waiting for 3 now, where it goes like 20 feet back, and someone's like carrying it like a bridal bridal ground in the back.
That's what Kale is for.
That's what I say. He's completely useless.
Oh, Cobbett.
Kaba.
I learned how to do Super Saiyan. That's adorable. Get out.
Go figure.
It's like you did it in less than
the
10
Prince
minutes.
of all Saiyans on that planet's a punk too.
I learned about from Mr. Vegeta. He gonna whoop my ass.
It's like he taught me how to do this. Could you beat him? Yeah, you're funny.
That's the sad part.
He went blue. Wait, but you went orange. Yeah, he went blue. Okay.
Like, do you not know how heat shift works?
I can't top that.
Can you go any farther?
It's like, actually, I went Super Saiyan, and he didn't even transform, and he just took the registered Dragon Ball Z, I'm going to lose this fight move, where they just energy blast the hell out of you. Like, you know when someone does that, oh, they're going to lose.
It's good. Like Dragon Ball. I got my daughter back here just losing her mind. Get on Super. It's a good going series that's currently going. I just recommend it. I mean, we'll probably never do an anime review on Dragon Ball Z just based on how long that stupid series is.
If we do that, it'll probably just turn into a big conversation from the abridged.
And we are not doing that.
No, we
But
are not.
The jar is very empty.
I know, right? But here we go. Grant, what did we talk about? What was it like? Let us know. You've got about 15 minutes here.
Give or take.
Ready? Break.
Go.
Now, the anime for this review that we actually did a while ago, which was, it was actually a
About
while
like
ago.
3-4 months ago now.
It
Yeah, it
has
takes something
been
like
a couple months and really busy for all of us.
It was before the hiatus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the anime was Yona of the Dawn. And that's one of the main reasons why I invited Silver Valkyrie out to be out here with us, because from what she said in the car, Yona of the Dawn is pretty much her baby as her favorite anime. And if you're able to give us like a brief summarization of the anime, that'd be appreciated.
Well, the story as it goes, the main character is Yona, who starts off as a princess, and she goes through a lot of character growth. She loses everything. I'm not going to do any spoilers here because you have to see it. I will go beginning. When you first start the episode, you see a glimpse into the future. Then you see the past, and then after, you have to watch the first 2 episodes to see if you like the series. So you first see what she is, and then what she'll become later in this series. So basically, she loses everything. She starts growing as a character, and she eventually gets traveling companions. We will have so much character development, so much story that it's not, I wouldn't call it a reverse harem. It's just, because it's not like they're all romantic feelings through it. One's romantic, one's more, and the rest are like, they admire her.
Standard JRPG style.
Basically RPG style, but each character has have to overcome their obstacles, whether it be problems, the way they grew up, how to learn new things, how to experience new things, how to fix their kingdom from what it used to be. And that's what you get. The anime did end, but the OVAs are starting to come out. And you get to know each character so deeply that you actually build connections with them. But it's a story about a girl who lost everything and has to become stronger, and build companions to help the kingdom from the outside, even though she originally is presumed dead, but later found out it's alive again, so she has to deal with these challenges, and it's betrayal, adventure, it's just so much. It's just a wonderful story. The one thing I am sad about is they stopped the anime at a certain point. Yes, they're doing the OVAs, but I don't know if they're continuing that or not, but the manga is going so much more in depth, and it's just amazing. I just love the series.
Yeah, that does sound very standard JRPG style.
Yeah, it does.
It kinda
It's like
really
not in a
was,
bad
honestly.
way. Not in a bad way. It's kind of like the formula that most animes use. Go out on your own, find people that want to have the same goal, work with you, and do everything. This time they just had a female lead at this point for this one.
Yeah.
And like when they went out to try to find the companions also because there's actually a legend that apparently Yona is the reincarnation of the Red Dragon, and she has to go out and find what was it, four
dragons.
other dragons that were helped bring peace back to the kingdom, and every one of them has its own little odd personality. It's like you have the white dragon aspect. I know that's a wild thing, but it sort of fits this. So
White dragon.
You see, you said dragon, and Bruce instantly perked up. Why didn't you lead with that when you said
No,
talked about this anime?
I didn't perk up for that. I went, this is very White Knight Chronicles.
little bit,
Little?
little bit?
But
They're
no, not in a
knights,
bad
not
way.
dragons.
I'm not making fun of it. I'm like, as soon as you said you just replaced knights with dragons, and he's like, because that's the main character. Like, congratulations, you're a knight. Go out and find the other knights and come back and save the kingdom. And I'm like, did you just say that? Because that's what I heard.
Gotta find the other 7 deadly dragons.
Yeah.
gotta
The
find the other
7
sins.
deadly dragons. But no, I mean, I'm
She
not
goes
I'm
deadly.
not tearing apart your favorite.
Yeah.
anime, just bear with me. Because most anime, when you get to it, when you break it down after a while, is all breaks down to the same thing.
It's the same.
Dragon Ball,
guideline.
Dragon Ball Z, Naruto is practically just Dragon Ball Z. Or I
Mhm.
think Nappa explained it better with the Team 4-Star Bridge. He was like, "What about Bleach? You know, it's us with swords. Oh, I like that when it was Yu Yu Hakusho, and I like that when it was Dragon Ball Z."
It's the same recipe.
It
Rinse
is.
and repeat.
But no, but it's like as long as
And
the
I like
character
Dragon Ball
development
Z
and
when
everything
it's
else
supposed to be
works
North
out
Star.
fine, I'm happy with that.
Well, the difference between what you said, like she comes back to save the kingdom, she does not come back into the castle to save the kingdom.
Okay.
She does it actually from the shadows.
Mm.
So it's not like she's the returning royal heir
Gotcha.
to the kingdom. She actually stays, including in the manga, she stays outside the kingdom and works with her group from the shadows as a small group. So the kingdom does their own thing, and then she kind of works with the people, grows with the people, and fixes the mistakes. So she's actually doing the main work while the kingdom does their own work. So she never comes back.
Sasuke style.
So yeah, but
I would say the A team.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
it's okay. And I'll give this back to Gracchus now.
Chris,
Yo.
if you don't mind, Grant, if you don't mind here. Chris, you were watching it this morning.
Yeah, I was trying to
You were
recap.
watching it yesterday, and then you picked back up on it this morning. For
Trying
a
to
little
recap,
bit.
make sure I was ready for today.
All right. So what you got? Like from obviously these two are all for it.
Oh yeah.
What is and everyone has their own different taste in animation and anime. My favorite anime right now is Justice League War. I'm getting DC's doing good. I mean, we always talk about that,
Yeah.
but no. In all seriousness, what did you think of it? You have your own taste in anime,
course.
and I have seen many weird things that you have open on your computer. So
That is true. We don't talk about that though.
ahead, what you
Honestly, when it came to this anime, I can honestly say I did love the art style a lot. I thought that was well done. I thought the characters were pretty well done as well. The main female protagonist, Yuna, annoyed. Yeah, whatever. Annoyed the hell out of me.
Love the best
I
character.
did not like her at all.
Oof.
Did not like her at all. I don't. Yeah, I said it.
No, I was just saying, what episode did you get to?
I don't know. Can't remember.
Ooh, impact.
Yeah. No, and the whatever romance they had in there kind of felt forced. Really didn't feel like it was actually necessary at all. I mean, I did enjoy the action fight scenes I saw. Those were really good. Music, not so much. Overall, it's an anime. I actually would have to say I can recommend watching once at least.
And there was one last thing, not to cut you off though. But,
Stopped anyways.
okay. There was one like later on in the series, like when the usurper pretty much goes around and observes all the nobility that he has in his kingdom, and he comes to one of the Earth Clan, and he's like, "All right, we're gonna figure out what you can provide for the kingdom," and because the Earth Clan is like all very warlike, they want to fight, and he basically comes out, is like, "All right, we're gonna go to war." Earth leader is like, "Awesome! Who are we get to fight?" Then it's like, No, you don't understand. We're doing a recreation of a battle. What?
Whoa, wait a minute here.
It's like my reenactor side.
There it is.
It's like, wait a minute. Did they just? They just did that.
I was like, Grant, I see why you're really beginning to love. You really like this one. I see it now.
No, it came out of
Reenactments and
nowhere.
everything.
All right, so
I kind of liked not to cut you off. Sorry about that. It's just as I was watching it, and it just kind of reminded me of Avatar, honestly, because of the fact that all those leaders are from the fire group, earth group, wind group, water. I was like, what the hell?
It's like Gintama all over again. We're gonna mix everything together and make an anime.
God, that show.
What you got? What you got?
All right, so no, I just want to ask the question then, since this is going to be kind of a review for the anime.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who's never watched it, so I have no outside bias on it one way or the other. Quick summary for these 3 questions. Production quality. Does it stay the same the entire run? Or does it drop off like most animes start to do? Like first 3 episodes, top tier, and then it starts to get cheaper and cheaper till the end.
Or the other way around. Do the first 3 sound look like crap, and then it looks fantastic halfway through, like they did with Fairy Tail?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, production value, I think it actually worked.
It felt pretty consistent. Like
Okay.
it didn't drop, it didn't go higher.
It didn't turn into Berserk animated.
No, it looked like it actually held its own.
See, Bruce knows what I'm talking about because that's the look of a Berserk fan who,
Yeah.
who witnessed episode 9.
All right.
Yeah, so okay then. Plot. Does it stay on point or do we start going into filler hell?
It actually stays on point, consistent with the manga. It actually does not have any fillers. What I would recommend, if anyone's starting this anime, watch the first 2 episodes. Don't just start with 1 episode and see how you like it. You have to watch the first 2. But the plot, there's no fillers. It stays consistent with the manga, and it continues like that.
Okay, so the last question then would be, manga fan or not, does the end of the anime match up with the manga, or is it pull a Soul Eater?
Well, it actually it continues with like the
I'm
manga,
listening.
but the problem is it stops, and at the very end it feels rushed compared to the manga because it leaves out some bits. But the thing is, it just stops at one point. You don't get to see the other arcs, so it kind of ends. But I think haven't seen the OVA yet, which actually continues to the next arc. So I don't know if they're continuing it in just the OVAs, or what's going on with that. But I know the actual anime technically is complete. So I'm not sure when going with the OVA or not, but technically it does stop and you have to continue in the manga.
They Kenichi'd it.
Yes,
Okay.
they Kenichi it.
There we go.
All right.
See, I love how we can make references, but here's the thing: you can do this with any anime. So it's not like we're get quiet, Kyle. Kyle doesn't watch anime, so this is falling flat on
Okay,
him.
best example.
I understand what
Full
you're
Metal
saying.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh no, I understand what you're
I
saying.
get it, yeah, he gets.
I just-
he picks up on context clues.
Okay.
I follow where you're going.
It's the skill of
so,
a professional bullshitter.
So it's obviously it was a recommendation to begin with. So some people go out there, watch it. You guys came up with a new one, Chris.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
We talked about it. We agreed on it. Well, I forced him into it. One of the 2. I don't know.
Well, it makes sense.
I don't know. I kind of held him upside down over a toilet, telling him to accept it, or he's gonna get slow. Anyway, but we are gonna go with Attack on Titan season 1.
In honor of season 2 coming out.
Okay, I'm in for that. Me and Chris had never
Well, it's
heard
an
of
honor.
Attack on Titan before, and we sat down and watched one episode just out of I turned it on. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And then I'm like,
It's on
Chris, you need to
Netflix,
watch
too.
this. Then we finished the entire series.
And just to make it clear, we're watching the actual anime, not the abridged.
There is no abridged.
There's a one
It
episode
doesn't
abridged.
exist.
Yeah.
There's a 2 episode abridged. I wish they could have kept going. Grant, you asked me if you could answer a question from one of your fans that asked you a question.
It was one of the most hardest questions somebody asked me.
Ooh, what is
I
it?
know Battle Kitty or Regular Regalia, man. I don't know which one it is for you anymore. But no, you wanted someone asked you your top 5 favorite animes, wasn't
Ooh.
Yeah.
it? Okay.
God, that was a
Just ask
Bitch to
which one's your
figure out.
favorite son? Ask that question. Get that over with.
I can hand you okay. There's a whole joke on that. Okay, there's a skit on
always
that, and
the
that's hilarious,
youngest.
but we won't cover that now. Go ahead, and then Chris, I like putting people on the spot. I want you to do it. Nick, then you too.
Douche.
Yep. Kyle,
Fine.
your favorite is Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, Full Metal Alchemist.
Their movies.
There's others in there.
He doesn't talk about Shambhala.
right, go.
talks
Go.
about
No
Shambhala.
one saw
All right. So my top 5 are the following. Number 5, Spice and Wolf. Number 4, Kirishitsu or Black Butler.
It's only 4.
Number 3, Sword Art Online.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that surprises a lot of people.
So
Abridged.
4 and 3. Okay. I'm scared what 2 and 1 are.
Number 2, The Heroic Legend of Arslan.
Okay.
And now for some quick honorable mentions before getting into
Leave this room, BuzzFeed.
Well played.
7 Deadly Sins, Rosario Vampire, Monster Musume, Yona of the Dawn, Attack on Titan, Hellsing, both original and ultimate.
Excuse me, you know that is her baby, and you put it as an honorable mention. I'm surprised she hasn't shanked you yet.
So that's why that hole's there. Anyway. Hiss Him Not Me and Maid Sama.
And for number 1, tune in next week.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
But literally, this one, I could not decide. This is a tiebreaker for me. And that is, for number 1, Moribito, Guardian of the Spirit, and the original Yu-Gi-Oh!
Ooh.
Are we talking like episode 0 where he kills a guy?
Chris, what you got?
Oh, wow.
Quick, ramble off the ones off the top here. It doesn't have to be in any order.
Okay, in no real specific order,
Grant cheated. He took time to
yeah,
think this through.
he had prep.
Months.
He had prep
Cheater.
time.
I had at least a couple weeks to figure this out.
Uh-huh.
I'm like,
Could have posed that
Look, you
question
know,
to our group. We have a chat.
I asked him.
Go ahead, Chris.
In no real specific order, my top 5 I would have to say is Fairy Tail, Dragon Ball Z, Inuyasha, Masaru Murasane, and I can't remember the last one now. Names escape me. Why?
Describe it.
Give me a second.
It's your favorite and you can't describe it?
Yeah, I really can't.
The
broke him.
protagonist has spiky hair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thank
No.
you. Also Technicolor.
And I would have to say Date Alive.
Okay. Nick?
Okay.
Nothing. Just stuff and
Stuff
nothing.
and things. No, okay,
Nothing, stuff,
so let's
things,
go
and
with
everything.
Hunter x Hunter 2011.
Ooh, okay.
Because I watched the original version, like 95, and
Yeah.
holy shit, the animation quality is so much worse. And the dub, dear God, the dub.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the dub anymore. Okay, so Hunter x Hunter 2011, Gitama. Because how the hell do you not love that? And then the original run for Fist of the North Star,
Okay.
Yu Yu Hakusho. And number 1 favorite anime is actually going to just be because of the nostalgia and what it did to anime, is going to be the original Gundam.
Nice. Respect for that.
I can still watch it. It's one of the few old animes I can just go back and rewatch, and it's still enjoyable. Mainly because you get to worry about the whole episode where Amuro's thinking about having to murder his mom.
And no putting people on spot. You're on spot now.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say Dragon Ball Z Shippuden. Well, actually, so far, all of, except for GT, anything that has Dragon Ball involved
There you
in
go.
it, just drop GT and we're good to go.
We do not talk about GT.
Yu Yu Hakusho, my boy right there.
Yeah.
Fist pump. Then we got Blood Blockade Battlefront. I wanted to get that one going. It's only like 13 episodes from Funimation. It is really good. Baki the Grappler, which I'm still waiting on the rest of that one to come through. I'm really hoping for them to finish that up. And then Ippo no, I can't remember the last part of it. It's like Makunuchi. Well, his name, the main character is Ippo Makunuchi, and it's in his name.
Oh,
I
that
can't-
boxing one.
the boxing one.
Gotcha.
I can't remember because I can't pronounce that first word. It's something I can't pronounce. No Ippo. So it's a boxing
no
one.
Ippo.
I enjoy the fighting. I enjoy the storylines that go through there.
Boku no
Obviously, I can go.
No.
What's up?
Ippo? Boku no Ippo?
No.
We do not talk about that.
But I can still go into like the honorable mentions if I wanted to. I still I love the original Pokemon. Gotta love those, obviously.
Of course.
The original Yu-Gi-Oh was amazing. The first season was great. I had a couple others I can't remember off the top of my head now because I'm on the spot. It happens. Batman the animated series,
There it is.
an American anime, right there.
Yeah.
That's
Avatar.
where I was going to go.
Avatar.
Yep, Avatar.
So, Chris,
Obviously,
would yours be
obviously
One
Full
Piece?
Metal Brotherhood is still is up there. If you ask me to sit down and watch any of these, I'll do it again.
Oh,
It's been
One
great.
Piece?
Oh, you definitely love One Piece.
Okay.
One Piece I've never got around to.
You won't.
Don't worry. You can start now. You'll be dead before it's finished.
Sweet. All right. Well, we'll cut that out when I hear for our anime segment. I want to thank Silver Valkyrie for coming with us again today. It's
good to have you on here.
Us.
Nice to be here, and I hope you eat those cheesecake bars I made.
See, that doesn't mean all of you can bribe us. Just her.
Bribes are accepted,
it's-
though. Don't listen to him.
It's homemade. I make everything from scratch for you guys.
We know. All right.
Lots
so
of love.
we'll cut it out here now. We'll be back next week. I'll tell you what we're talking about, but God, I don't know yet.
I was going to say, do we know?
Nope. We're gonna gun it. We're gonna wing it for the next segment. I
Oh,
love it.
yeah.
All right. This is Bruce Warchief Hoover.
Christy Enforcer Vasquez.
Kyle Death Cooch Cookenbecker.
Grant Gracchus, 4047 Kohler.
And Nick the Minuteman Clark.
We'll see you guys next week.